So we're going to get into part 3, and we're just going to pick up right where we left off.
Yeah, please do, Benny.
Like, that didn't happen.
Vested
They
interest.
never apologized.
Yeah, they don't want to acknowledge the apology because that disarms the fact that they're focusing on the threat.
No, it disarms fuck all. Doesn't that mean nothing in the UK? It absolves fuck all because it's the police, the DA, and the prosecutor and the judge that get to decide if that apology was suffice. Okay? Let's get out of this fucking YouTube world bullshit, okay? What you people say have no bearing on the weight of a fucking law enforcement investigation. I don't know how many more times I'm gonna say that, probably a bunch more. But you people in the chat need to understand that too. Just because Valoma made an apology, if I can get Bombshell to turn her in, Valoma's fucked.
All right.
All the way fucked. 3 years worth of being fucked. So you need to be very careful at this point on.
Right, which is their weapon of choice. It's just what it is.
When's
Anyway,
Tiffany gonna apologize?
She doesn't have to.
Oh, that's right. Never.
she wrote the apology down on the back of the bouncing check, which is why no one's ever seen it.
What did Tiffany apologize for?
That's a good
Not a goddamn thing. I don't know. No one an apology for shit around here. Absolutely nothing.
for sure.
I owe no apologies.
So we move on to something constructive.
But let's
Yes.
not forget, though, that Tiffany is independently wealthy. Let's
Oh,
not
sure.
forget that.
Yeah, and you were independently hooked to an international, what looks like a pedophilic ring, and a scammer in Lolita. I mean, I don't know nothing about Lolita, but your group the whole thing broke up because we got the jerks and the circle jerks, right? That's two separate entities that were once one entity, correct?
Independently wealthy, but with her little
I
rubber
actually think
neck.
that is one of the things that the bugs are. The Valoma is actually independently wealthy.
Valoma is grifting all over the fucking internet for money right now. What are you talking about? She doesn't have money at all.
And does something constructive with the money. You know, doesn't just sort of flip-flop her way out to Dunkin' Donuts and abuse the staff.
Griffey, if you don't give me my money back, baby, I bet you over there in Africa they got a death by deception. I need that $344 back from you pronto. I don't care if you get it from these losers or where you get it from. Go cash in aluminum cans, but I need that money, baby.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that.
I admire your resilience in one thing, Tiffany, that you can humiliate yourself over and over and over again, and yet still your ego bounces back. It's gonna be worth something.
Well, it's at least worth 1,100 views for sure.
Not much, but something.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, I have a sore patch on my side. I'm not in a very good mood.
She's lying. It's on her butt. She's butthurt.
Yeah, not a one man around none of this. I bet she is.
Ironically, if it was on my butt, it would be easier to cushion.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? Cushioning the sides, the arm bit, in your wheelchair is sort of
Yeah.
the annoying bit because obviously you've got to get your arm over the top as well, so you can't really. Yeah. Anyway, so Carl,
Moving on.
Yes, let's
what's
move
the
on.
timestamp on that? What's the timestamp on that, Benny? Do you have?
3710.
Okay, 3710. Hold on. Okay, bounce to 40.
40, gotcha.
Or maybe 36. Do maybe 36, 37. Okay, because I think Carl needs to hear this. I don't want him to miss anything.
on my bus, it would
Okay.
be easier to cushion.
Oh, no one wants to hear about this shit.
Do you know what I mean?
Carl.
Cushioning the sides.
No, they don't.
No,
Put you down.
we don't want to hear about your bed sore, bitch. Sorry. The
Yeah, I
fuck?
sit up occasionally.
Damn.
Bed sore. That's gross.
I'm
The arm
sorry.
bit, your wheelchair is sort of
Yeah.
the annoying bit because obviously you've got to get your arm over the top as well, so you can't really. Yeah. Anyway, so Carl,
Yes, let's move on
Okay.
to Carl.
Oh, Carl.
You ready, Carl?
Speaking of Benny's shitty decisions. Yeah, right here, right here. I was telling we earlier today, I said, this time last year, Carl was blasting Benny for some of these same sorts of claims, including involvement with.
How do these broads move on through life? How can they ever? I guess every time someone infracts upon them, it's a forever infraction. There is no
Right.
forgiveness. There's no Jesus over here. There's no nothing. In fact,
You're
let me tell
exactly
you what,
right.
Carl has become a very good friend of mine.
Okay, let's go over a couple contradictions. So this actually might have to have a whole nother part because it's not going as fast as I wanted it to. But I knew doing it live, it would be like a 5-hour ordeal. So that's why I'm doing it in the premiere fashion. Okay. He's using a clip from 11 months ago. The only thing they have on Valoma. But what did he just say? You guys don't believe in forgiveness and Jesus. Well, Benny, you also don't believe in Jesus because you're spewing Old Testament, purporting it to be a fact. Why? It's a contradiction salad. Not a word salad. It's a contradiction salad.
That Carl can't even change the way I feel about Carl. Only I can change the way I feel about Carl. And because of what Carl has done for children all around the world, children he doesn't even know, man, that man couldn't do nothing to me to make me change the way I feel about that. Because he'd have done some real strong stuff here.
All right. Someone, as we're watching this, has Carl saved children? Does he save children like Ernie Shell? I have videos that say otherwise, but I could be wrong. So please let me know. Does Carl save children? I have an inkling, though, that my assumption is correct.
Right? So that's where we're at with Benny and Carl. And the fact that you ladies keep reminiscing and bringing up old stuff while you're saying it's funny that other people are bringing up old stuff, it's that Ouroboros. And we'll get to that too.
With Summer, and now they're besties. It kind of tells me everything that I need to know about his character, his research, and how much he believes in his own
Yeah, no, he believes in Jesus and the power of forgiveness. That's what he believes in.
research. So he can just miss me with all of this bullshit that he's putting out right now, especially involving Griffey and Stella and Chip's bullshit.
Can I also be on the record? Hold on, let me make my face bigger. Can I also be on the record? This whole miss me with that bullshit stuff? Bro, if I hear that one more time, I'm going to delete my channel. For real. It gets on my nerves. It makes you sound weird. Especially because it's like, I see older women say that, and I'm just like, and men, I can let it go if a woman says it, but when a man says it, I'm just like, what is going on? This isn't normal. It's not natural.
Okay, that was a place I remember in the pre-show we talked about. You said that right there, that lady just put Griffey, Stella, and Chip all in some bullshit together. Now, I know the verbiage, you may be able to break it down and say, oh, she was only talking about Chip, but she put them in a sequence all strung together. So Griffey, Stella, and Chip's bullshit. So they were all in it together. Listen.
Bullshit he's putting out right now, especially involving Griffey and Stella and Chip's bullshit.
Yeah, okay.
That goes for both of them, to be honest.
And I don't know nothing about Griffey, no Stella, no Chip. I don't know. So I don't, again, it's not a pick up your sword type situation for me. I probably have more to lose than making this, except for the fact that I'm not going to sit idly by and let these fucking weirdos who can't even run their own lives say, take my side, take my sword, defend me. Or you're a PDF file. Fuck you. Nah, bro. No.
Some
Yeah.
of you got the courage of your own convictions, and you want other people to buy it? How about nah?
Unless Carl joined the ring, that he was
Right? Ring a rosies. I mean, maybe you.
Okay, go ahead. I got you.
This is the circle jerks. What the fuck are they even talking about?
Get a few shots from Tiffany for your new website, Carl. I don't know. We can only live in hope, I'm sure.
You're so disgusting. Shut up.
Yeah, he definitely made some crazy
Yeah, we got to remember that Valoma apologized, though, so it's all forgiven.
crazy claims. Did you say last night that you were clipping some things? Or?
So Tiffany Marie just got angry that they, I believe, made a pop shot at her pictures. I'm not 100% sure, but the way she responded, Penny Keys was the one that shared them, lady. Now, I don't know about the AB situation, don't know. But from what I understand, the same exact pictures were sent to multiple people. That's just a rumor. I have no personal knowledge, okay? And I think as a creator, when we have no personal knowledge, we need to specifically state that as a fact. I have no personal knowledge, but the rumors that I heard. Now, it was not a rumor that I heard Benny Keys sent that. It was not a rumor that I heard several male creators got the same pictures. That's not a rumor. So specifically state what you know to be a fact, what you know to be a rumor, or your opinion and speculation.
Or do you want to be able to share screen?
I didn't have
Oh,
that
okay.
But she was busy scratching her bed sore.
together.
No, you don't have to have them ready. It's okay.
I have
No.
a lot of them. I have notes aplenty.
Okay.
Because I too remember, as Tango was saying there, that Benny went on a whole expedition on the YouTubes, exposing Carl, doing all the
Correct. And as soon as I found out that what I thought Carl was involved in is not illegal, the fight's over. Correct? Because if the police aren't interested, then he's done nothing wrong. Correct? Showed you definitively right here how the police are interested in the stuff you guys are covering right now. Right? They're very interested.
Hold on. So, what you're now saying is the detective that Carl is adding you to the communication with, that won't happen until sometime today. Now, this live was made yesterday, but the communication, you have not personally spoke with the detective, but you are stating as a matter of fact that some detective, whatever's on the screen, is so interested in this little story. You put 3 videos together. Okay, it was fucking gross. The first one was super gross. But just the feeling from watching the 3 videos you strung together tells me I'm missing something. Tells me you are running a narrative and smearing as many people as you can with that fucking narrative. That's an issue. And I don't know why anybody in this audience didn't see it and didn't call it out. If I was part of this shit, I'd have been live the whole time blasting your ass for this shit. And nobody. It's crazy. I'm shocked.
thing that Mr. and comes to life. It's like just a picture that we put. He said a whole lot of things. None of them were quite accurate. None of them were entirely wrong either.
But what the fuck does that mean? Not entirely wrong, but not entirely right either. So what does that even mean? That means that he's at least shooting 50-50 when it comes to this shit you're looking at here, right? And that's even more. It's more compensation for Carl, right? He's not entirely wrong. Thinking he's not entirely right. So about which parts?
And yet now they're all the best of buddies. Isn't that hilarious? Hilarious.
Yeah, I find it really strange. But Benny does that, you know.
Yeah.
The frenemies thing.
Yep. Back and forth, back and forth. Doesn't know what side to be at 1 minute to the next.
Speaking of sides, you should probably flip over. I think that bed sore is getting kind of hot.
Should we watch his video that got all of this started and show everybody this craziness that we're talking about?
Oh,
Let's
yes.
do it.
Settle
Well,
in,
it would be the
everyone.
first time I see it.
Right.
Looking at us.
You're about to learn a few things, Griffith.
How's that song go?
Should we watch his video that got all of this started and show everybody this craziness that we're talking about?
Oh,
Let's
yes.
do it.
Settle
Well, it
in,
would be the
everyone.
first time I see it.
Right.
Looking at us.
You're about to learn a few things, Griffith.
How's that song go? I heard it through the grapevine.
Right?
Yeah, the one
You know
thing
what
about
corporal punishment in
Frosty.
Africa looks like? I'm sorry if I talked over somebody.
No, you go ahead. And I'll talk after you.
No, go ahead, Miss Jenny. You
I
got it.
said the one thing about Wee Frosty is she talks but never shows nothing.
Correct.
No, she didn't show a single thing. This is all I kept saying. Are they going to show anything? Are they going to show anything? Benny, what time frame was that? I think you can go straight to.
That's 40.
Okay. The same can be said for this panel. They're not essentially saying, they are absolutely saying Stella's grooming, Chip is grooming children. Stella, Griffey are part of it. So is Chris Hines. I don't know any of these people. I'm just telling you as I see this, objectively. They said all that. haven't shown a fucking thing except 3 videos that they pieced together. And now we're on to the circle jerks who are defending Griffey and Stella, who potentially refunded or didn't refund money. Am I caught up? Again, I'm super new to all of this. But the moment I heard them threaten to go real life on these people, I know who you are. I'm coming for you. And if you don't agree with me, you're a pedophile. No, bro, because it's already spilling over. See, some of these people already spill over into other communities. Again, not true crime. How come I know some of these people? How come these people are spilling over into my community? And here I am. So, where is your evidence? You have shown 3 videos that you pieced together and 1 screenshot of an email. Where's your evidence? Where are your facts? You are accusing people of, in my opinion, the worst crime. Murderers, it is what it is. Sometimes there's a reason, sometimes they're just Fruit Loops. I don't know. But you mess with a kid, bruh, no. I'd stomp your face. Curb stomp sandwich. You're wanting people to get hurt. This is something I advocate for on my channel, and I don't advocate for much. The hate mobs that are sent in my direction, the violence that is sent in my direction for no damn reason. I'm a fucking troll. This is uncalled for and unacceptable. And again, to solve this problem, stop hate watching. Cut their supporters, cut their hate watchers. That simple. Ice them out. Don't cover them. Don't draw attention to them. Lay down your sword and walk away. Then you will contain them to what? 20 people? Let them have their 20. Don't fight for them. They're a lost cause. Let it go. Set it down. Walk away. I have in just last night looking for videos on these people. Holy shit. This is why they have a voice on this platform, because of hate watchers, because of clip channels. Find a news source, exploit them for a little while, and then keep moving. Starve them out. That's how you solve this problem. But first, before you do, stand up and say, you will never call me a pedophile. See, unfortunately, because of people with this ridiculous notion of Leviticus 22, 1822, and other seemingly ridiculous things, they classify people like myself, and they have called me. I came out as 14. I've been called a pedophile ever since because of stupid ass people with these stupid ass ideologies, and it's flawed. Okay? But you starve them out because they are the minority, but they use fear and manipulation tactics to control the majority. The moment you realize you're the majority, you walk away and you win.
5.
I think 43 or so. They go through Carl's video. They say nothing important except Carl, they're trying to poke the dragon, obviously, with you. But this is what, when Griffey starts talking is around 40. I thought it was around 43. But yeah, right around here. This is where, yeah, I think her thing is highlighted right now.
Yeah, it is actually. Let me go back a little.
See, maybe I might be off a little.
But it was
Almost 2 minutes.
what I can say is the last interaction I had with Chip herself was November 8th.
Prove it. Prove it that it was November 2021. Prove it.
Even if it was, they were still. So wait a minute. Are you saying if you committed a crime 2 years ago, like murder, it wouldn't matter anymore? I'm pretty sure it would.
Or the rest of these broads' world, absolutely not, Tiffany.
Or like the murder of innocence, right? Because that is the murder in itself. Of course, with children, right, ladies? Do you excuse this? Because the last time she talked, that's irrelevant. I don't care when the last time she talked to her was. This shit went on. She admitted to having that Discord. Where were the little children? Where was Stella and Griffey? Well, Auntie Stella and Auntie Griffey, right? Yes. Uncle Christopher. Why are they doing damage control for a pedophilic situation?
And let's
What's going on here?
Clear that Chris Hines came on and berated his older son from a previous marriage about having touched kids in his own house. So Christopher Hines, Live 411, the guy that's connected all this shit, his older son that does not live with him came to visit and touched some kids in his house, touched his brothers and sisters. So what are we talking about?
God.
Yeah. And I know everyone probably doesn't know that, but I do, because Chris Hines, he bugged for over a year. And that's when I really latched on to him, when he was bringing his children's voices. 3 of his children, I do believe 2 of his children, don't quote me, but I think 2 of his children were touched by an older son. So potentially 3 of his own children are wound up in some sort of sexual misallocation or misappropriation.
Oh, wow.
But they're not going to talk about that, right? They are not going to speak on that whatsoever.
Do I even want to touch on that? Holy fucking shit. The insensitivity in that bullshit alone. I pray that that is a lie from Benny, because if it were true what he was saying, 3 kids are all fucked up. So I'm praying right now that it's a total lie. But again, the insensitivity. These are 3 people that cover missing children cases. Probably the most sensitive topic ever. I don't care who you are. It is instilled from birth. Adults protect children, and when they don't, it is the worst sin ever. Put that shit out in the universe like that, Benny. No wonder why your life sucks the way it does. Do you hear yourself? Do you sit and watch the shit you say? It's fucked up.
So it's been a while, almost 2 entire years.
It's definitely been a while. But it was what led me to leave Mystery Angels was a combination of factors. While I was there, and I mean, I was there for 2 months in total. In that time, I noticed things, and the things that I noticed.
Did you notice that you guys mixed monies together? That's gonna be problematic too. Y'all mixing fucking monies together. That's gonna be real problematic.
Were fraudulent, were bullshit, were outright lies. And when I called it out, yeah, there was ramifications, and etc. I mean, you guys know me. I don't go into private business and stuff like
Well,
that.
nobody fucking knows you. Nobody knows you, bitch.
No.
You're from fucking Africa. Nobody knows you. You keep trying to convince folks that they know you. What we know is that your name has been connected to the proprietor of an international and on at least 3 continents and now several states in the United States. We have tied you all together, and this is the best it's going to get. Griffey, do you know what was going to happen to you if we from America didn't pay your fucking rent? You was going to be eating street food off the fucking ground in Africa, homie. What are you talking about? You looked the gift horse in the mouth, didn't you? I need that money up out of you, Griffey.
That I don't like putting people's stuff out there, but I did expose Chip for not.
No, you
being
didn't.
who she
No, you
claimed
didn't.
to
Did
be.
No, you didn't. No one said a word about this. Griffey,
You
you
didn't.
did not expose Chip. You never said a word about the things you know that you're telling you know now. So you never exposed. No one exposed anything. We are doing that here right now,
Did she
along with the
expose
help
the
of
money she
Carl.
got? No, she didn't. She exposed all the money that she got
Yeah.
in the process.
No, hell no. She made tens of thousands of dollars off of this.
She's lying to
She's lying.
everybody.
Period.
To be. I did the one thing that I never in my life would do.
Nah.
So here we go. She's about to do something in her life she would never do.
Released recordings of myself and Chip having conversations to show everyone on YouTube that she is not who she's claiming to be.
Wait, but she didn't record the parts where Chip was preying on little children. Just the parts that fit your narrative, right, Griffey?
Right.
So this part, I have to tend to, again, look at the situation. I'm weighing, shit, what's the lady's name that's talking? Griffey? I don't know which one's which. I have to weigh her motives. And right now, it's in her best interest to release recordings. But, so again, you want to respond in anger because you're being accused of being a PDF file. Okay? I get it. But so towards the end of this live, people are going to say things. This MZ lady, who's at the center of this controversy, also comes in at the end. But Tiffany Marie just right now said something. So let me back it up just a moment. I want you to re-listen to what she just said because it actually contradicts what happens later in this live, in my opinion.
To be. I did the one thing that I never in my life would do.
Nah.
So here we go. She's about to do something in her life she would never do.
Released recordings of myself and Chip having conversations to show everyone on YouTube that she is not who she's claiming to be.
Wait, but she didn't record the parts where Chip was preying on little children, just the parts that fit your narrative, right, Grippy?
Right.
Okay, so if I heard correctly, it could be wrong, I'm not sure, I'm just trying to piece all this together as I'm listening and the things that I've seen since I watched this yesterday. If I'm correct, MZ lady was over the channel, the other channel, the Chip's little kid channel. So Griffey may not have been over that channel. But in the same hand, Griffey is saying now, I'm going to release recordings to prove Chip wasn't who she says she was. Okay. That's kind of makes you look bad. So maybe I heard that. Y'all can correct me as we're listening to this together if I'm wrong about that. But if she just said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it one more time. Sorry, guys. But this is important. And you got to sit through and be able to weed out both sides. So I do like when people stream each other because then you can get their reaction plus from what they said and kind of figure it out faster. But you have to take into account each side's motive. Because right now, Griffey has a motive, and so does Tiffany Marie.
Or not.
No, you didn't.
Who she
No, you
claims
didn't.
to
Did
be.
No, you didn't. No one said a word about this. Griffey,
You
you
didn't.
did not expose Chip. You never said a word.
Business and stuff like
Well,
that.
nobody fucking knows you. Nobody knows you, bitch.
No.
You're from fucking Africa. Nobody knows you. You keep trying to convince folks that they know you. What we know is that your name has been connected to the proprietor of an international and on at least 3 continents and now several states in the United States. We have tied you all together, and this is the best it's going to get. Griffey, do you know what was going to happen to you if we from America didn't pay your fucking rent? You was going to be eating street food off the fucking ground in Africa, homie. What are you talking about? You looked the gift horse in the mouth, didn't you? I need that money up out of you, Griffey.
That I don't like putting people's stuff out there, but I did expose Chip for not.
No, you
being
didn't.
Who she
No, you
claims
didn't.
to
Did
be.
No, you didn't. No one said a word about this. Griffey,
You
you
didn't.
did not expose Chip. You never said a word about the things you know that you're telling you know now. So
Right.
you never exposed. No one exposed anything. We're doing that here right now,
Did she
along with the
expose
help
the
of
information she
Carl.
got?
So, okay. I do remember now. And again, it's just little things I picked up. I want to say there was a live at one point. It might have been the Jerks channel. I could be wrong. I want to say it was with Anita and Griffey. And they were talking about the chase money. It was a lot of topics. But I don't remember Griffey really exposing that Chip was not who she says she is. So the jury's out on this one, but and again, I want to be corrected. But no. There's motives on both sides, and again, there's these situations that I'll hear and then I throw out both sides. But end of the day, it's not even about who's right, it's about don't call me a fucking pedophile. Okay? Don't call people pedophiles that you don't like.
No, she didn't. She exposed all the money that she got
Yeah.
in the process.
No, hell no. She made tens of thousands of dollars off of this.
She's lying to
She's lying.
everybody.
Period.
To be. I did the one thing that I never in my life would do.
Nah.
So here we go. She's about to do something in her life she would never do.
Released recordings of myself and Chip having conversations to show everyone on YouTube that she is not who she's claiming to be.
Wait, but she didn't record the parts where Chip was preying on little children, just the parts that fit your narrative, right, Grippy?
Right.
The parts that explained and showed that Grippy couldn't, Chip could not, she couldn't, read? Oh, we knew she could read. We knew when she was reading chat and didn't need anybody, right? She exposed that herself. You exposed nothing. Nothing. And she had all these feelings about Chip, but never told anybody.
Paul,
Not public.
Contribution queen.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm not paying attention. Hold on.
No, Miss Connie, she has sent you a super sticker and then sent me a Cash App just now.
Oh, okay. I see Luminous. I'm so sorry I didn't see you. Thank you so much.
Thing that Chip always said, she can't read. That was why I was needed for that channel. I was sent over there when I was at Nita's World. I was sent over to Mystery Angels to go and help with the
From one scammer to the pedophilic skillet.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
technical aspects of that channel.
Because it
To
had
go
been
and
explained to you that this Chip lady had some mental health and physical health issues that would she would need some assistance.
yes.
It's the technical stuff.
Basically, I had helped Nita with her channel, with her first restream live, and all this, that, and the other. I managed Nita's channel for a while. I managed
Sharon. Where the fuck is my blanket you promised me for sending you some money? You said you was gonna knit me a blanket of my son's face. Can I get that out of you too? Shit.
She also, Benny, she also had memberships. So the membership she had set up on her channel, Down Under Crime Talk, Sharon, she said she was going to knit everybody a blanket with Summer's face on it for memberships in return. So you're one of very many that never got a blanket. I know.
Fancy that.
Okay.
Fancy that. That's par for the course.
Mystery Angels for a while. But as I said, it was when I was at Mystery Angels, it was a period of 2 months, and I couldn't handle it anymore because the woman was a fraud.
You the fraud as well.
And I don't.
Go ahead, Miss Jenna.
I said I told Griffey, I said you're the fraud as well as
Absolutely.
everybody else. Don't sit there and act like she's acting like she's innocent, and it just don't make no sense. Like, own your stuff.
Yeah, own it. But by you saying you was there, what you're doing is confirming what she's already said. She tied you to it physically by saying Auntie Stella, Auntie Griff, Uncle Chris. Don't matter how long you were there, you could break the law and get a life sentence in 2 months. You do know that, right?
Right.
There's no expiration date there is no expiration date on your affiliation to this group at all, or the things that were done and said there.
Remember, you weren't there very long because I was around for all of that too. And Sharon's down in the chat. She's saying, "I remember this."
Please listen to what Tangeray just said. She was there. Can you play that back then,
Absolutely.
if you don't mind? Thank you so much.
Too. And Sharon's down in the chat. She's saying, "I remember this."
Me too. Watching in the bushes. Hey.
Sorry, I had to go.
And I
I
don't
remember.
I'm
You weren't
sorry.
there very long because I was around for all of that too. And
But you were. Thank you for
Yeah,
telling
you
me.
was.
Yep.
So Tangeray, Ewok, and Griffey, the bottom three.
Sharon's down in the chat. She's saying, "I remember this."
Me too. Watching in the bushes. Hey.
It upsets me so much when people bring up this short period and act like you did something wrong and it defines you. No, as soon as you smelled shade anywhere, you took off quietly.
That's a story.
I've
'cause
never
I
known-
watched a bunch of
Why did they
lives
just
this
say
morning,
quietly?
Megan.
She went away quietly. What she just said. But Griffey just 2 minutes ago talked about how when she left, she exposed it. So you exposed it very quietly, I guess.
Right.
As soon as you smelled shade anywhere, you took off quietly.
Yeah.
I've never known you or Stella to get involved in any of the bullshit ever. And it infuriates me when people come out with these crazy stories about you guys.
I bet you didn't know she owed me some money, huh? She didn't tell you that part either, did she?
So I want to, see if you guys wanted a chance today to kind of set things straight.
I mean, everyone knows I was over at Nita's channel. Tiffany has even pointed that out several times, and then also called me a grifter.
Because you were. Yeah. When I called you out for being a grifter and nobody thought it was true. And now look at this shit. Well, guess I was wrong, Griffey, right?
Nope, you were right. She owes me $344 she grifted from me with a lying ass. Now she's telling everybody she gave it back. No, you didn't.
Regardless of that, when I left Nita's World, I did it quietly. I didn't make a YouTube scene about it.
Why wouldn't she make a YouTube scene about a fraud?
Because then everyone would know. I mean, this explains everything as to why she was so quiet. All of them kept their mouth shut. Why? Because they were involved in this. Like they were really involved in this. Yeah.
They're tied to it.
They had to leave quietly. None of them could say a word. That's why no one ever heard about this.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go panel hopping to all of Nita's enemies and competitors and gave them all the shit. And I did the same with Chip. The only thing that I did was I released those recordings when
The only thing she did was release the recordings. Folks, she didn't report shit. She reported none of this. None of it. She just released some recordings in order to absolve herself in her own mind. That is complicity at its finest. So if you here in America, we've got the bystander laws, right? You can't just stand around and watch shit happen and know about it and then think that your hands are clean from it.
Right. You see
Not at
something?
all.
So, complicity. This is frustrating to me, okay? I am not a big semantics person or hold a person to a standard or get hyper-focused on one word and forget everything. But if you're going to use things, let's talk about them. So, complicity, the state of being involved with others in an illegal activity or wrongdoing. What does own complicity mean? The state of being an accomplice, partnership, or involvement in wrongdoing, complicity in a crime. What does it mean to be complicit in something? Helping to commit a crime or do wrong in some way. He was complicit in the cover-up. Okay. Now, what was the other term he used? Oh, I'm sorry. Bystander. In most instances, a bystander can't be held liable for not providing assistance. However, there are exceptions. Good Samaritan laws in Vermont, Minnesota, and Rhode Island require bystanders to act in some limited capacity. In Canada, residents of Quebec can also face legal consequences for not giving aid. So let's listen to that again. Let me go there. Hopefully I got it.
Never known you were zealous to get involved in any of the bullshit ever. And it infuriates me when people come out with these crazy stories about you guys.
I bet you didn't know she owed me some money, huh? She didn't tell you that part either, did she?
So I want to, see if you guys wanted a chance today to kind of set things straight.
I mean, everyone knows I was over at Nita's channel. Tiffany has even pointed that out several times and then also called me a grifter.
Because you were. Yeah. When I called you out for being a grifter and nobody thought it was true. And now look at this shit. Well, guess I wasn't wrong, Griffey, right?
Yeah, in my opinion, from the little bit I know, and this is just my opinion, it ain't worth nothing. I do think she's a grifter. I also thought Chip was a grifter. By guilt by association, Stella, or maybe I think her name's Griff. So yeah, I agree with them on that. And she just pimped herself out. Okay, let's be real. She just said, I'm just now going to release the recordings of Chip not being who she says she is, which means she's a scammer or a grifter or whatever. When you kind of talk in circles like that, you leave it open for more of this speculation. And when you leave it room for speculation, that's when wild conspiracies go through. Say what you mean what you say, you bypass all this bullshit. Stop with this feeling stuff, okay? I don't want to hurt your feelings, so I'm afraid to say the truth. Okay, well, look where you got yourself now.
Nope, you were right. She owes me $344 she grifted from you with her lying ass. Now she's telling everybody she gave it back. No, you didn't.
Regardless of that, when I left Nita's world, I did it quietly. I didn't make a YouTube scene about it.
Why wouldn't she make a YouTube scene about a fraud?
Because then everyone would know. I mean, this explains everything as to why she was so quiet. All of them kept their mouth shut. Why? Because they were involved in this. Like, they were really involved in this. Yeah.
They're tied to it.
They had to leave quietly. None of them could say a word. That's why no one ever heard about this.
That's right.
And Griffey just gave them credibility by not saying what she meant and meaning what she said. So this, she has to get herself out of. Let it take this situation to be a lesson. When you're objective, you may support one of these people. People watching this might support TM. might support Griffey. Stop, withdraw, and watch. People will show you who they are if you just watch. Stop projecting your feelings on them, making them something that they're not. Then you'll see who they truly are. A lot of people do that, and it gets us where we are right now.
Yeah.
I didn't go panel hopping to all of Nita's enemies and competitors and gave them all the shit. And I did the same with Chip. The only thing that I did was I released those recordings when
The only thing she did was release the recordings. Folks, she didn't report shit. She reported none of this. None of it. She just released some recordings in order to absolve herself in her own mind. That is complicity at its finest. So if you here in America, we've got the bystander laws, right? You can't just stand around and watch shit happen and know about it and then think that your hands are clean from it.
Right.
Okay. This is where he talks in circles, okay? You said the wrong thing. You were correct about complicity, which is why I read the definition. But again, let me read bystander laws. In most instances, a bystander cannot be held liable. So I'm not saying he doesn't know anything, but it's clear there's people that go to school for criminal justice for a reason. There's people that might have a knack for being a detective, but if you don't get the proper foundation, this is what you're going to sound like. And it will never be a stable, again, they're having to use fear, manipulation tactics. And on the other side of this, Griffey is pulling on heartstrings for sympathy because she legitimately, when you help prop someone up that's not doing right and you idly stand by, you, just the word, complicit. That's absolutely true. So you have to throw both sides out because they're both in the wrong. They're both covering up dirty shit. I can't remember who knew about the check thing. I think it was a lady. I can't remember. This stuff came out and I wasn't really invested. So I just knew what had happened. There was a lady who knew and she got crucified, if I remember correctly, because she never said anything. You're not doing, if your channel is exposing people, why aren't you exposing everybody equally? When it comes out at the end that you knew and you did nothing, you lose more than everything. So right now she's trying to cash in on, and I don't think at this point it's for gain. It's just so she doesn't get torn to shreds, okay? But she has interest to give enough information to the crowd right now to deflect her own personal blame. That's where Tiffany Marie and Benny Keys can capitalize and get a win. So by having Griffey on panel saying, well, I knew Chip wasn't Chip, but I'll just now or just recently, isn't she supposed to be already dead? Like, you wait till a lady's dead to release recordings or what? So no, you got to throw them both out. Some of these people need each other, and at one time they were all on the same side because they're the same vibrational match.
You see
Not at
something?
all. You see a child, like you are, I would say that even these nasty broads right here still should look at themselves like a mandated reporter. You're here for kids. You're talking about people who are trying to help and rescue kids. Meanwhile, in the lower right-hand corner, you done propped up the foundation, all this bullshit with a woman who was here for the exact opposite reason. So you got to make that make sense, but it can't. It won't never make sense ever.
because at that point in time, I had still believed that Chase was
The only reason she released the recordings is because Brad 423 Chase had promised her to send her bill money. Then he said he could not send the money because Africa was a conflict area and they would not send it, which was a lie. That's why she released the recordings, because she didn't get her money. That's why. And we came in and we saved Griffey and Stella's place to live. This was before I even knew who Mysteries Angels was. This is when the troll went bad.
Oh my God.
Because my friend Heidi at Channel 57, a lot of you know her. She was around. She was a contributor to many things. Summer Wells, lots of money. She's the one that sent the money for Griffey's rent to her. And we did it like that. And then we said, look, Brad, we can send money straight to North Africa, no problem. No conflict issues. He tried saying that some notifications came up and they said, you can't send money to a conflict area. You could send money to fucking Sierra Leone right now to a fucking blood diamond harvester if you wanted to, homie. You're a liar. All of you people are liars.
Not the bad guy. He wasn't the bad guy. I was stupid. I was stupid.
Ignorance is not a good defense, Amanda, Louise. Ignorance won't hold up, just like any of this other shit. Your ignorance and the apology from Valoma could have both of y'all locked up.
To some
You weren't
extent,
the only one.
I still am stupid. I can admit my mistakes.
So again, throwing in a little docs here is essentially saying, I've got your info. Even if it's wrong, it doesn't matter. He's instilling compliance out of the audience. You now know if you disagree with him, if you go against him, if you stand against him, he will do to you. And that's something that personally I'm getting away from. It's not worth it in the end. And he's trying to keep this fucking 11-month-old recording alive. Dude, it's DOA.
Can admit when I was wrong. But that does not change the fact that Chip was not who she was claiming to be.
That part doesn't matter. It's called conspiracy.
Griffey was not who she claimed to be.
At all. At all. Period.
And for context purposes, there was a whole situation. This is why I think Carl has decided that he's reinvented the wheel here by suddenly remembering that Chip existed.
He did recreate the wheel, and here you are spinning on it right now.
Chip had a whole situation on Mystery Angels where she was going to help to raise money to fund billboards. You see how that comes up time and time again on the...
Yeah, except for when Tiffany did it, not $1 was scammed. Every dollar went to where it was supposed to go. Every fucking dollar. And it's still going on. Why won't the circle jerk people talk about how the little girl has had her face in front of tens of millions of people now in the past 2 months? Why won't they do that? Because they'd rather house Griffey over here with her bullshit and her proclivities.
And raise money for her to come to America.
She ain't coming here. I hope she does come here. Because that's what makes it
raising money for her.
I hope she makes it. Because as soon as she gets here, we're going to lock you up, Griffey. You get locked up as soon as you get here, baby.
Again, a guy with an ankle bracelet on is going to put the cuffs on you. Dude, for what? What are you going to lock her up for? What crime has she committed in the School of Hard Knocks, Hollerville University? I mean, come on, dude. Do you hear yourself talk? You're a whole ass joke. And no one's laughing. Now, I was in agreement with you all until you have to double down, triple down. Like, when you're winning, just stop. Because now you threw it out the fucking window.
Be just like Chris. So you're going to fly into a pair of shiny handcuffs, baby. I swear you will.
It's a constant situation. So, this event happened.
Also, just like I want to know if Carl rescued any kids whatsoever. Because I checked out his website. I checked out his page. I also checked out that he ran an escort service or some shit. He was like a pimp. Don't quote me. I gotta look at it again. So, no. How many people has Benny Keys gotten arrested? Does he have 1156 arrests like Ernie Shelton? I guarantee Benny Keys has as many arrests as Ernie Shelton does. 0. So this joke, again, not laughing because it's so played out. In fact, I think I'm supposed to be arrested 3 times now. just in the last 2 months because I hurt people's feelings. Hurting people's feelings is not a crime, Benny. You should know this.
And Chip didn't have a PayPal. She asked Griffey if she could.
It's about the time Griffey should stop the Ewok chick right about now. Right? But it's not going to happen. She's going to go all through the financials and she's going to tell what happened. This is fucking sick.
Receive the money and then pay it to the billboard company. Griffey had agreed. Anyone that was there that night witnessed a whole lot of things go on. I didn't know Griffey very well at that point. We weren't friends. But I saw a thing in her that night that I've told people before was the sign for me that this is the chick you.
Did you see a sexual proclivity in her?
That's what I'm asking. The same thing. Like,
Yeah.
You've been watching this the whole time. You knew about the juniors page, right? But y'all don't think that was wrong.
Yeah, she even explains about the juniors page, what it was for. Like, this goes in depth, and Griffey admits to having full knowledge, just full blown knowledge. While
That's
these
crazy.
ladies, yeah, it's actually chaos. It's complete chaos. So listen to it. So I was comparing, right, from they start off talking about Carl saying basically that he just resurrected Chip from the dead. Blah blah blah. They're all punking off the thought. Like punking out the idea of what he's saying, and then 6 minutes to the T, like 6 minutes later, Griffey is over here saying at the 46-minute mark, 40 minutes they're laughing at Carl. He's full of shit, right? About Chip being alive. And then Griffey says, I don't have proof still to this day. I don't trust that Chip is deceased at all. So what are these ladies doing? Because you've got Griffey saying she doesn't believe that Chip is even passed away. The three on top are all saying she did, right? You've got Ewok in the middle contradicting what Griffey's saying, Tangeray contradicting what Griffey's saying. So to the public, no one knows what's going on. They have no idea. Like,
Right.
if you really listen to this and you know what's going on here, Griffey's telling you guys all the things. She's telling you she was involved in the Discord making. She was involved with taking the Discord down. She was involved with the junior channel. She knew what the junior channel was for, the purpose of it. She knew everything. These ladies are out of their mind.
Well,
Absolutely.
I actually thank Carl for bringing it forward because
Absolutely.
I did not know about the juniors page, nor did anybody else know about the juniors page.
Mm-hmm. But they did. These people here, Griffey knew all about it. Like, yeah, thank you to Carl, because I wish I would have known about this sooner. How many children could we have possibly saved? I have no idea who Chip has come in contact. How many children have these people come in contact with?
Right.
I would say
Like,
Chip, with as aggressive and out front in the public as she was with all this, I would go so far as to surmise that Chip probably has offended before.
I think this is an offense. What we're watching is an offense in itself. So, like, yeah, I'm terrified to know how many children this woman has spoken to. This is so creepy as fuck.
And Auntie Griff.
Cringe? Fuck yeah. Disgusting? Fuck yeah. Would I do it? Fuck no. But they just put a whole list of crimes on that stupid ass bitch. What? For what? What evidence? What proof? You, Benny Keys, said it yourself. You are not even going to talk to some law enforcement somewhere until today. And you're specifically going to that law enforcement about Chris Hines, who you are also turning into this situation. Don't know how. I haven't seen how that works out, but also I kind of know who Chris Hines is. I think is that Dark Nightmares freak. Okay, so I hope he goes to jail because he gets on my last nerves. But hurting my feelings is not a crime. So hurt away. What I'm saying is, you just legitimately called this woman a pedophile. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You absolutely put that on her. Now, Tiffany was smart enough to skirt that. But she's sensationalizing trauma on children to a group of mothers. If your audience is like mine, it's 92% women. All mom ages. So that's sensationalism like none other. And then the constant threats that you're throwing and sprinkling in there like a fucking shit surprise. This is ridiculous. And this is exactly the behavior that cannot be tolerated. Again, by removing yourself, detoxing from this constant need of bullshit and adrenaline release, and logging off. And then when you come back, the moment you feel riled up, know they're doing it on purpose. They want you to be manipulated, so you fall for the dumb shit, so you do not critically think, and simultaneously, they're starting all these other fucking wars. I'm in danger from this person, so you don't want to go over there. I'm in danger for that person, so you don't want to go over there. These people are pedophiles. Oh my God, where can I go? I need you to tell me where it's safe to digest this information. That's it. That's the whole fucking song and dance right there.
Yeah, yeah.
And Uncle Chris.
Auntie taking showers, changing pajamas. Like, no, 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 no.
But of course, you've got a lesbian lady here. She doesn't have any kids. You've got Chip, who is also some.
I think they do have kids, Benny. You're just guessing. I actually thought that other lady said she had kids too, the Chip one. So at least her girlfriend did or some shit. I mean, he's just fucking ignorant.
She has some sort of proclivity, whether it's bisexual, outright homosexual. I don't make the standards on sexuality. Jesus does. And what Jesus says is that people that live in those relationships have proclivities and that they need to pray that off. I don't make the standard for that. However,
what? Okay. I don't mean to cloud the issue, but Benny, show me where the fuck the Bible says that. Again, can I Google proclivities? You need to learn what that word means. A tendency to choose or do something regularly. Like breathing. Like walking to go get my spaghetti out of the microwave. An inclination or predisposition toward a particular thing. Benny, learn what that fucking word means and how to use it correctly. Jesus fucking Christ. And show me in the Bible where it says whatever the fuck you just said. But you're gonna have to pick a different word, use the correct word, and then we can go from there. I don't know what Bible you're reading, but I think a couple pages are missing out of it.
however, you have people that have what is now normative sexual behavior, but it's not spiritually or biblically correct. And you've got all these people teamed together preying on little kids, right? It's fucking sick is what it is. I do not get to make the rules on what God finds sexually satisfying for himself. What I can tell you,
if you know anything
you've
about
got women that are sleeping with women and that they're messing with other women that sleep with women and they're trying to lure kids in, it's very proclivity filled for sure.
Okay, so I'm going to end this one here. Someone pray for this fucking numbskull. Seriously. Somebody pray for this fucking idiot.